Hello again, and welcome to part 2 of the Megaman Zero 3 playthrough. And I have some very good news. After looking around and in much experimentation, I found a program called VirtualDub, and some of you might know of it, that allows me to put these video parts in and sync the audio up with the video in a very easy-to-use manner. So I've been using that, and every part of Zero from now on, and every part of Minish Cap from 6 on, will be synced. So yeah, very good news. Anyway, here we are on at Servo, who once again has stolen our weapons at the beginning of the game and gives us back our shield boomerang and permanently steals our chain rod to replace it with the recoil rod in this game, right? Yeah, it gets the pogo jump feature that I believe was also in the first game. I can't completely remember. As well as getting a new feature, where its name is the recoil rod comes from. It is very, very powerful and can push certain objects in the environment, such as swinging hammers and stationary blocks, to open up paths usually leading to secret discs or other such items. And yeah, it's also very good at stunning boss characters. It'll like completely break many of their patterns, and that it can be very, very useful in hard mode, as it can be completely charged up in that. But anyway, we are first taking on Orbucker. That's the second game. We're taking on Devil Bat Schlit. That's his name, yeah. And the gimmick of this level is these stupid cameras. They've been normal enemies in other games, and they're normal enemies in this game and other stages. But in this one, they decide to make them a mission objective. You have to kill all of them, otherwise you lose mission points. And that is never good. Also, these mouse holes, you'll be seeing these holes at first, and then these houses. They always contain 4 mouses, the holes do, and the houses contain infinite, I believe, until you destroy the houses. They're quite annoying. These wire enemies, as you saw there, if you don't kill them at the head, they'll separate and bounce around trying to hit you. That can be really annoying. Don't let that catch you off guard. Yeah, I don't really like this stage. It has a pretty strict time constraint if you want to get full points. And you've got to skip a lot of the enemies. Like, you can't wait for all the mice. Like, those are the hammers that can be hit by the recoil rod. So yeah, I don't get 100 points. I think I get something like 96, mostly due to this mid-boss. I do not like this mid-boss. It is boring, and it gets cheap shots on you. So you'll see right here. I almost jumped right into that bee. Where the 2 bees appear is completely random. They can appear on the 2 upper spaces, on the 2 lower. Like there, I got hit. What I wasn't doing is being patient. You gotta wait, not have an itchy trigger finger, and make sure they don't appear right above you. If it does appear right above you, kill it carefully, and then attack the stupid hive. The things it's throwing out are, I'm assuming, honey. They just kind of mess up your traction and prevent you from wall jumping for like 3 seconds. Really no threat. And it has hardly any HP, so it'll be dead in a second. Yeah, see? Single-handedly destroyed my, decent ranking. I'm still getting messed, though. 96 points. The bosses drop a secret disc. It's always their secret disc, showing a picture of them in the brief broken English description. Yeah, there are a bunch of different types of secret discs. Some, which you'll see at the end, can be opened on the mission results screen, and they have lit light there. Those are ones that contain E-crystals, those little blue things, like the one I just picked up. They're basically currency used for feeding the cyber elves in this game, which are the other things you can get in, one of the other things you can get in these secret discs. And those are basically power-up items for Zero. In previous games, they were one-use only and could increase his abilities or one-time use health increase. But using them, the game would penalize you in the mission results screen for the entire game for just using one, and the penalties stacked. So I really never used it in the first 2 games. However, in this one, they add a feature called Satellite Elves. Many of the elves can be upgraded to Satellite, and you can equip up to 2 at a time without any mission penalties and without them dying. And it's a very fun feature. So you'll probably be seeing me use them later on. If you suddenly see them hovering around me, I probably won't record it simply because it takes a while. Yeah. Anyway, we're already at the boss. What? It's just a normal guy, you might say? Had to stay quiet there. No, these guys are not very well explained in my opinion. Anyway, after surfing the wiki, and you can do this too if you want more information, I found out that these guys are the 8 gentle judges of Neo Arcadia. They are, surprisingly, the judges of Neo Arcadia, and these are their combat modes. Apparently WoW has reprogrammed them to be less gentle and more attack on sight, but just regard them as normal boss characters and kill the heck out of them. Anyway, he's easy. It's a bat. A vampire bat. You see what they did there? Kind Englishman. Cup of tea. I think that's the only mistake I make during this boss battle. He's not that hard. A lot of the bosses have weird laughs too, like ki. Who laughs ki? I guess bats do. But anyway, he's dead. That explosion is getting really dated, and they keep it through Megaman Zero 4, and then they just update it a little for the ZX series. Anyway, yeah, 96. Brings my average down to 98, but that's fine with me. See, I didn't get full clear time there, even though I got less than 4 minutes. See, he can't open those, because those are, I forgot to mention, I went off in such a tangent that I forgot to finish my explanation there. The other types of secret discs you can get are data files. They contain either pictures of the enemies and boss characters and brief broken English descriptions, like I was previously pointing out, or kind of background information on the story, kind of bridging the story between the X series and the Zero series. Just little tidbits on the L4s and what happened to Sigma and stuff. It doesn't give much information, and again it's in broken English, so not that helpful in my opinion. Okay, this mission is fast-paced. We start off right at the bat with these cannonball enemies, which is one of my least favorite enemies in the game. Those cannonballs actually, apparently they weigh like 2 tons, according to their description, and they actually bounce off of Zero's body when they hit him, and they can go back into the cannons to kill him, which is nice, I guess, but it can just, they just annoy me. Anyway, these guys are Pantheons. You've probably seen the club versions already, with the electric clubs. And apparently these are degraded versions of X. They've like mass-produced him just for normal current combat bots. Anyway, yeah, a large part of this is platforming over lava. It is a fire stage after all. Continuing on, more cannon enemies, and these helicopter guys are back from the previous games. I think they're a little easier to beat, though, in my opinion. Anyway, what happened there was the cannonball hit against the next cannonball that fired, and they killed each other. Yeah, I got rid of my charge there, because again, I'm playing on a keyboard. I don't want to mess up these platforming sections. The first one's piss easy, the second one's hard. Anyway, I switch out to the recoil rod here for some klepto collecting, and also because of the lamplort enemies, which you will be seeing in a second. Well, more than a second, but anyway. This cake is great, so delicious. Never mind. Phew. That's the Lamport. They only turn when you hit them with the recoil rod, so. Yeah. Yeah, that thing I just pushed there, you'll see it later in the level, I'll point it out. It's there to allow you to get a secret disc later. Anyway, we're at the mid-boss, and it's not really a mid-boss. It's just 30 seconds survival against these guys, and you'll see I actually finished in 20, because you don't have to let that clock run out. If you just kill them fast, like I'm doing here, it'll end, and you can just continue on with your merry life. And I always seem to get hit once, and never more than once, and never less than once in this. I don't know why, one of them always gets me. I'm fairly certain they're randomized too. And I think that's the last one. No, this one. 9 minutes, 9 seconds and 48 hundredths of a second left. Those doors, which you have seen previously, are doors to cyberspace. It's a little gimmick in this game. A lot of cyberals actually, once you get them, automatically activate when you go in there without without them dying, without penalizing your mission score. However, it actually, there it is, the thing I pushed earlier. It actually takes away 5 points from your overall mission score, which is why I never use it, whenever you go in one, and you can't do the boss in it. Also, it has this, Zero 3 has this weird compatibility feature with Mega Man Battle Network 4, ironically the best game in the Zero series, is compatible with the worst game in the Battle Network series. And with it in the Battle Network, you get this Z-Saber chip, and in this, all the enemies in cyberspace become like one of 3 enemies from the Battle Network game. Definitely more worth it for the Battle Network. My physical copy of this I bought used, and unfortunately someone had already done it, so it only lets you sync them up once. It does. You only have 1 chip per cartridge to give to the Battle Network game, which really sucks. But either way. Yeah, that's not gay at all. That's supposed to be a frill, but of a lizard, but it always looks like a flower to me. Anyway, this boss is a bit hard for me. I shouldn't have gotten hit there. Only one of his attacks usually hits me, and I don't think he used it. He crouches down to the ground and shoots out 3 fireballs in an arc upward. Depending on how far left he is, because I always step in the upper left, and that almost hit me. Depending on how far left he is, you can't dodge it no matter how far up you are on the wall, and that usually gets me. Also, what you saw there, if you use just the naked Z-Saber on them, you can get up to 3 hits on them, doing, like, what, 12 damage, whereas the charged thing only does 8, so if you're good, you can just do Z-Saber combos on them, and I'll do that every once in a while. But, part's nearing conclusion. Say go. Say stop. Say idle. Anyway, that missile is actually important later in the game, but the part is over, so I will see you next time.